Alright, so this is YouTube channel that I love to watch called Shonen Showdown. Now they do a lot of different anime videos, anime debates, anime TikTok takes, they critiquing articles, calling out creditless opinions. These guys got it all down when it comes to anime. And in this video, I'm going to be reacting to their latest video, the top swordsman in One Piece. Now, these guys have a lot of controversial opinions, and a lot of their videos, they kind of be edgy on the side of the credit list, especially when it comes to their One Piece take. So I decided, you know what, let me try something new on the channel. It's been a while since we did a One Piece video, so I'm going to be reacting to this and checking out Shonen Showdown's latest video on ranking the best swordsmen in One Piece. So we're going to be seeing if these guys are credible, and honestly, this is going to be the beginning. I'm back on the One Piece content. It's been so long since I posted a One Piece video. I'm called Just the Hero, and I don't got the One Piece content regularly. What am I doing? So we're going to start it off with something light with this reaction to Shonen Showdown. Without any further ado, let's just jump right in to this reaction. Alright, let's just jump right into the video. Shonen Showdown, shout out Rob. I ain't here to hate, but we are definitely here to critique the list. So let's just jump right in.
What's up, guys? Rob here from Shonen Showdown.
Yes, sir.
Today we're going to talk about the strongest swordsman in the
I'm ready, man. It's been some time, man.
We're not just doing a
oh, we're doing of all time. Oh shit.
Now,
okay.
Before we get right into this, there are a few conditions I have to set. The first one is going to be the bald man from the Gorosei. I'm going to omit him just because we have no idea.
Yeah. So there's a lot of speculation on this bald guy from the Gorosei being an absolute insane swordsman, because it seemed like he was cleaning his sword when we seen him in that one episode. But yeah, reasonable not to add him because we do not know how strong he is. So any type of power scaling we do with him would just be pure headcanon. Wise decision.
The second thing is that in order to be considered a swordsman, your sword has to be your primary form of combat. So, for instance, Rayleigh is considered a swordsman, but he can box without his sword. Big Mom, on the other hand, has a sword, but she's not really using the sword as her primary form of combat. Even though she does have Napoleon, it's not her primary form of combat.
He's spitting facts.
So she's not going to count on this.
Alright, fair.
At number 10, I got
Fujitora
from the Marines.
At number 10,
now,
okay.
Let's understand something.
Okay.
Fujitora's gravity definitely gives him a little bit of an upper hand to make his way onto the top 10 swordsmen in One Piece list. But we also have to understand that Fujitora is a blind man. And because he's a blind man, and he was able to box on such an elite level, it leaves me to believe that his haki is something that cannot be slept on. True.
Fujitora with the insane observation haki, hands down, top tier. The sword skills, I mean, his primary weapon is a sword, and he's an admiral, so obviously he's a top tier with the sword. Makes sense.
Observation hockey is obviously there. Armament is there as well. We've seen him fight against Zorro. We've seen him fight against Luffy and Law. And listen, this is somebody that had Doflamingo making sure that he was in good standing with him because he knows how powerful that Fujitora is. He did not want to get on Fujitora's bad side in the dress roll. And Doflamingo is no scrub.
Doflamingo ain't no scrub.
So this is something that we have to bring into consideration as well. And we can also talk about the fact that Fujitora did not hold his tongue when he was having a dispute with Akainu. That just makes me believe that maybe one day we
might see these two go out. He's right. We might see these two because Fujitora don't give a fuck what Akainu says. This guy operates on his own, which makes me low-key think he might have Conqueror's haki. But you know, that's a whole different discussion. But yeah. Okay, Fujitora like number 10.
Aokiji and Akainu did previously
to
create Punk Hazard. And that's something I would love to see. So I'm just saying right now, when it comes to the top 10 swordsmen in One Piece, Fujitora is here. Next up, and this might get a lot of you guys heated, but listen, this placement is very fluid because this is an all-time ranking. Things may change. But at number 9, I have Roronoa Zorro from the Straw Hat Pirates. Now, what do we know about Zorro? We know that
Rob, you know the Zorro is a top tier swordsman. I am a Zorro fan. Stronger than Fujitora? I want to say he's not because that wouldn't make sense. Are we going to say Zorro's stronger than Fujitora this early? We are getting to the end game. I mean, after Wano, it is possible, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if we're ranking, maybe he's ranking by swordsmanship and not just full power scaling. But you know, I don't know. This one's maybe Zorro should have been at 10. I think I'd put Fujitora above him, but you know what? This take isn't that bad.
He was trained by Mihawk, who is titled the world's strongest swordsman, which we will get to later. Zorro has increased his power level tremendously.
Fair enough.
Picked up the endless.
Zoro's the Conqueror's Haki user, I
We know
mean.
that was Odin's previous sword, so we know that his power level has gotten even higher with the armament haki, with the reroll haki. We now know that he has Conqueror's haki, so it's even greater than it was beforehand. Zorro is looking ridiculous in Wano right now.
Yes, bro.
Wano
Zoro's
is
looking
great. Zorro
ridiculous,
is
bro.
great. I'm loving
Guy's
what
OP,
Zorro so
bro.
far. He's definitely a top 10 swordsman of all time.
Facts.
He's not top 5 yet for me.
I would
know
put
some of y'all may
Fujitora
have in your
above
top
him to
five,
respect
but I just
Fujitora,
think it's
but
a
you
little
know
bit
what?
too
I'm not
early to be
mad.
talking about top 5 and Zorro currently. At number 8, I have kind of an oddball pick, but just stick with me. Because I have Shiryu of the Rain.
Okay, I see what you're doing here. Okay, I see what
Blackbeard.
he's doing here. We all know what he's doing here because we know Blackbeard is the end of story opponents for the Straw Hat Pirates. So it would make sense for Shiryu to be stronger than Zorro right now, at least, so that he's actually a good fight for Zorro later on. So, you know what? This pick actually isn't bad at all. I respect it. So far, so good.
Pirates. I have Blackbeard's right-hand man. We know that he was a jailer from Impel Down. He obviously is a top-tier swordsman in
This
One
guy
Piece.
has to be like
And we also
damn
know
near
that
Admiral
he just
level, like,
acquired
because the strength level
absolute
Zorro's at right now,
This is something
this
that
guy has to be insane to even put up a fight against Zorro. Let's be real. Like,
changes the game.
that's why I have
Imagine some
so
of the
much.
top swordsmen in One Piece.
That's why we have
having
high
signed these
expectations
raid
for
suit with
Shiryu.
the invincible ability. I mean, it really changes the game. I need to see how Shiryu is of that level. I
Okay.
don't know for sure if he's stronger than Zorro or weaker than Zorro as a swordsman, but what I can say
Okay.
is if you are the right
You know what? This is pretty good.
Blackbeard, I'm going to give you respect.
Yeah,
especially
true.
because you were able to defeat the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates.
True,
during the
yeah,
Payback
we
War.
gotta give him
And
that
if we
credit.
Look at all of the Yonko and all of their right hands. They're all crazy. Every single one of them. Next up, and listen, do not take this as disrespect. Just hear me out until my list is done. But I'm going with Odin Kozuki, one of the most powerful swordsmen to come out of Wano. Obviously, we know what Odin did. We know
Odin's
that
a
Odin
beast.
traveled with White.
Odin is a beast. I don't know. Something is off because I don't know. Are we gonna say Odin's stronger than Fujitora? I mean, we could say that. I don't know. Is Odin stronger than current Zorro? Yeah, he is. So, you know what? This isn't bad either. I think Zorro after Wano is going to be stronger than Odin, though.
He fought against Roger, or he survived against Roger. At least that's the way I put it after I saw Odin try to.
Odin's
pull up on
yeah,
Roger.
Odin's
But
elite.
we
You know
know
what?
that
I'm not too
Odin
mad at
has
this pick either.
Incredible reroll haki. We know he's extremely durable.
True.
Because the man was using his haki sitting in a boiling pot.
True.
And standing and trying to withstand all of the damage that he was getting at that particular moment in time. I don't know how many swordsmen on this list can pull off that
True.
durability feat that
True.
Odin showed us.
He
while
also
was
scarred
getting
Kaido.
boiled. But what I can tell you is that Odin was fighting against a weaker version of Kaido now. I'm going to repeat for everybody. The Kaido that Odin fought is not the Kaido now.
Exactly.
Compared to Odin
He's
saying,
spitting. He's spitting fast. People don't understand. The Kaido Odin fought is not the Kaido now. Let's be real, people. That is not the strongest creature alive. That's the thing. That's why I don't know if we can confidently say Odin's stronger than Fujitora. Like, even Zoro's pushing Odin Extreme Diff. Like, that's not even a debate. If you think Zoro's not pushing Odin Extreme Diff, get some help. But that's definitely, like, I don't know about that pick. It's a little difficult to decide because Fujitora's showings haven't been that crazy. Like, not really too crazy. Like, Zoro pushed him back. Luffy pushed him back. Doflamingo was freaking tried attacking him once. Fujitora's showings aren't the best, but he definitely doesn't give a fuck. Like, he was going up against a Kainu. He didn't care if he was getting a Kainu mad. So, I guess he does. I don't know. It's just hard to understand how strong Fujitora is until we see him actually go all out. But from Odin, I mean, Odin was quite strong. I don't know. What do y'all think? Odin or Fujitora? Like, that's a tough one.
Listen, he literally destroyed Kaido. He made Kaido look light. If it wasn't for people intervening, he would have defeated Kaido. And yes, I am agreeing with you. But the Kaido he fought then is not Kaido now.
Yeah.
Also
He's spitting.
that
Rob's spitting, bro.
This Kaido is falling from the sky, landing on his head, blowing up the whole kid pirates, throwing top tier pirates from the worst generation in prison with no regard for human life. This Kaido is built.
Yo, Rob, bro. You are credible for once. Oh my god, I love it.
I'm going to go with that and say that Odin is an amazing swordsman, but we didn't get to see him really live out his.
All right, you spitting. Yeah, that's like literally true.
Died early.
Exactly, he died early.
6,
Facts.
I'm going with Silver's Rayleigh, the Dark King.
Dark King
Rogers,
Rayleigh,
right,
nice choice.
About the right hands and how
I want to see who's above Rayleigh though.
Rayleigh
When
is
you
one
put
of the
Rayleigh at
first
this
to bring
spot,
discussion. We've seen his
Rayleigh at number 6. There's only like 2 people I can think of stronger than Rayleigh. So I don't know what 5 people this guy's saying are stronger swordsmen than Rayleigh. I don't know, bro. This is when it gets a little iffy. Unless we're talking about old man Rayleigh. But if we're talking prime Rayleigh, this is kind of creditless. But the image was old man Rayleigh, so I'm gonna assume it was old man Rayleigh.
Against Kizaru, and we've seen that Rayleigh has an incredible understanding of how hockey works. He is the reason
He's a
why
top tier.
Luffy is
This
Luffy
guy was
right
low diff in
now,
Gear 4.
He trained Luffy. He taught him all 3 forms of hockey and how to.
And he's an old man. That's what I'm saying. If we're saying prime Rayleigh's top 3 swordsman. What's going on, bro?
So we have to give him credit there.
I gotta see who he has above
Rayleigh.
Rayleigh.
Day was boxing on an elite level. He was somebody that was ready to pull off on Odin if Roger did not.
Exactly, bro. He was ready, bro.
Marco looked light, and listen, Marco was in his younger years, but he still had his devil fruit. He still was not really a scrub. He was just younger, and Rayleigh made him look light. He stopped him with a finger for just hockey. So
this is why Rayleigh's elite. The Dark King.
Crazy respect.
We gotta give the respect to Rayleigh.
For sure, in One Piece.
All right.
Great hockey. Great swordsmanship.
Facts.
And even in his old age, he's still a threat today.
Exactly.
At number 5, I'm bringing up a beast from the past. I'm going with.
Oh, okay. Okay. But this is low. We're putting Sword God Ryuma this low? The guy who one-shotted all his opponents? I don't know. That's kind of... Ryuma being this low, I don't know. I agree that he's stronger than Rayleigh, but like... Sword God Ryuma, prime, alive? That's a top 3 swordsman. That's literally a top 3 swordsman. The only other swordsman to have... He's literally the first swordsman in the One Piece timeline that we know of to have ever created a Black Blade. How are we gonna say this guy's at 5? Like, how are we gonna say there's 4 people stronger than him? He was called the Sword God, but let's just get into the video.
Zombie form.
Oh my god.
Obviously, this was a weakened form of Ryuma, but we know that he was able to give Zorro his.
I'm liking the list though. I'm liking the list so far. I just gotta see who's stronger than the Sword God, bro.
Really power up his weapon. Ryuma is a beast from the past. In his prime, who knows how powerful he was? We heard
insane,
of
bro.
Things that he was able to do, like destroy top tier dragons, whatever he was doing. We know that Wano is now a restricted area. The world government tries to stay away from Wano because why? The samurai there, what they represent, how they carry themselves, how powerful they are. These are things that make Wano look ridiculous.
Exactly. The world government are scared of the samurai. Now imagine the Sword God, even amongst Wano, who the people of Wano look up to. Who the people of Wano revere and respect. Ryuma himself. Imagine how powerful this guy is. Like, this guy is a top 3 swordsman, bro.
With it. And I just have to say,
I gotta
right
see
now,
who's stronger.
Ryuma is a top 5 swordsman of all time. I'm putting him at number 5 just because
I'd put him higher, bro.
Exactly
I gotta see who's next, though.
Based off the information that Oda has given us, I think I can give him a number 5 spot for sure. Coming in at number 4, I'm going with Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman.
Mihawk at number 4. You know? Mihawk at number 4. So I don't know if he's stronger than Ryuma. But I feel like Mihawk and Ryuma should both be higher. So you're saying there's 3 people stronger than Mihawk as a swordsman. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
That's the title he has. Now I know a lot of people are saying, well, Rob, how is Mihawk at 4 if he's literally titled the world's strongest swordsman?
Yeah, how is he at 4? What? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I agree he could be stronger than Ryuma, but anyone else feeling like Ryuma's kind of low? Like Mihawk and Ryuma kind of low? Like a little, like bump them up one more spot?
Back in the day, Whitebeard was the world's strongest man. And this was before the Great Pirate Era started. So this was when Roger was roaming the earth. You and I just saw how Roger was holding his own against Whitebeard. As a matter of fact, he clashed weapons with Whitebeard and they didn't even touch because
True.
the Conqueror's Haki
I see what he's
had the
saying.
island literally blowing up. This is how powerful Roger was
True.
in his prime. Even though we got to see how incredible prime Whitebeard was, I can't say for sure that he was stronger than Roger in his prime.
True, I see what he's saying here. True, because Whitebeard was the world's strongest man, but Roger was still equal to him. Are we going? Does that mean Roger was the world's strongest man as well? I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying. You making sense, Rob. You making sense.
He held the title as the world's strongest man. Now, even though Mihawk holds the title as the world's strongest swordsman, I believe that there's somebody that's standing in his way. And we know he has a black blade. We've seen everything he's able to do, but I'm not sure if he stands above the person I'm about to name. Because at number 3, I'm going with red-haired Shanks of the Red Hair Pirates. Now, listen to me.
Alright, so this is the toxic debate. Mihawk and Shanks. I hate this debate so much. I'm honestly, like, I truly think they're just honestly just about equal. Like, they're like Roger and Whitebeard. It's really about preference. Like, you can pick whichever one. It doesn't matter because Oda's never gonna say Mihawk's stronger than Shanks or Shanks is stronger than Mihawk. Let's be real. It's whichever one you want. For me, I personally just want to go with Mihawk because he's the world's strongest swordsman. I've only ever seen Shanks use a sword. It just makes sense in my mind. But you know what? We could say Shanks is stronger. You know, he might have the edge on Haki. I don't know. That's the only edge he can possibly have that would put him above Mihawk, the Haki edge. But yeah, you know, we can say that. I get it. I get what he's saying though. You know what? I'm not too mad. But how are there 2 people above Shanks and Mihawk? I get Roger, but is he gonna include Whitebeard as a swordsman? If he includes Whitebeard as a swordsman, it's kind of weird. Whitebeard's not really a swordsman.
A lot of people are gonna say, well, Mihawk and Shanks used to spar back in the day. Mihawk decided that he didn't want to spar with Shanks anymore because Shanks lost his arm. Well, what I would ask you is, how do we know Shanks didn't get stronger after he lost his arm? How do we know that Shanks' Haki is not more powerful than Mihawk?
We don't know.
As of right now, we have not seen any feats from Mihawk that show Conqueror's Haki, but I do believe that Mihawk does have Conqueror's Haki because we know that he was the one that taught Zorro how to use Haki, and if he's Zorro's teacher, I could just put 2 and 2 together and say, listen.
Yeah, exactly. I think Mihawk has Conqueror's Haki too. But like, if Mihawk has Conqueror's Haki, it's so hard for me to actually imagine how Shanks can be stronger than him. But you know what? Shanks can just be stronger. Who knows, man?
Man that
Who knows?
Zorro is the world's strongest swordsman. There's no way he cannot have Conqueror's Haki and be sparring with Shanks on equal footing. It just wouldn't make sense for the One Piece story for Mihawk not to have Conquerors. But what I want to say is that I believe Shanks' Haki is actually on a higher level than that. And I believe he was forced to really lock in on his Haki because he lost his arm early on in the series.
That's a good argument.
Shanks clashed weapons with Whitebeard, split the sky. Shanks actually went to the Marineford War and shut.
You know what? I'm not mad at
down.
this. This
Listen,
is actually good.
Mihawk was in Marineford. Mihawk's presence wasn't war stopping. It wasn't like when Whitebeard saw Mihawk. It was.
I mean, Mihawk's presence wasn't war stopping. I don't know about that because he was under the world government as a warlord, and Whitebeard doesn't fear anyone. Whitebeard's not scared of Shanks either. But like what? But that's different because Mihawk was on the government side. If Mihawk pulled up with the Whitebeard pirates on everything, they are all stopping. On everything, they are all stopping. They don't want smoke with Mihawk. When Mihawk swung his sword, when Mihawk was about to swing his fucking sword, like, I'm not no Mihawk stan, but like, I gotta put respect on my boy Mihawk. When he was about to swing his sword, the entire war went silent. So I'm not gonna sit here and let you pretend like Shanks is like leagues above Mihawk. Mihawk don't got that presence. Let's not do that because when Mihawk was just about to swing his sword, he had the Admiral silent. He had Whitebeard silent. He had every single person in the war silent just to watch him swing his damn sword. Like, yo, are you like that's literally insane. Now imagine if this nigga pulled up with Whitebeard's crew, Whitebeard's alliance. The government is shitting their pants. It's the same shit as Shanks. Let's not do that. We aren't doing that here. Rob, we're not doing that shit.
Like, oh, this is over. This is done. They have way too much power on their side. But when Shanks pulled up to the war, everybody stopped, including Mihawk. So let's just get this out of the way right now. I'm not saying that Mihawk cannot beat Shanks, but what I'm saying is I believe
I respect
that
it, Rob.
stronger
I respect
Haki than
it.
Mihawk.
I don't
So
see
I'm
how
just
you're
gonna
saying
give-
it's stronger Haki. That's kind of headcanon. I do believe Shanks has better Conqueror's Haki. That's all I'll give Shanks. There's no way he beats Mihawk in observation. Mihawk's literally based off a Hawkeye Mihawk, and Mihawk clearly elite observation Haki. Then armament, he has a black blade. I don't see no black blade from Shanks, so the only edge Shanks could possibly have is Conqueror's Haki. I'm gonna just say that, but you know what? Who knows?
On the edge. And we can say this because when they
I'm not mad.
created the world
This is
strongest
solid.
man, while Roger was sailing the seas,
I respect
compare
it.
that same
This is
situation
solid.
to this. Since this is an all-time list, we have to go way back.
I get it.
And I'm going with at number 2, Rock.
Oh!
Now, what you're seeing right here,
He has a
you're seeing
sword.
Rock.
Oh shit!
We don't know what he's done with the sword. A lot
Oh
of people are gonna say this is
shit! Nah,
technically
Rock should be top 1 because Prime Roger, and Whitebeard had to. I mean, Prime Roger and Garp had to team up to beat Rox. So wouldn't that make Rox top 1? Because I know he's going with Roger as number 1, but Roger had to team up to beat Rox. So I would think Rox is the strongest swordsman of all time, to be honest.
That is headcanon, but what I'm going to say right now is that if you're telling me that you're leading a coalition,
Yeah,
Ed
yeah.
Newgate,
Let him know, bro.
Inlet,
This
Kaido,
this
Captain
crew
John,
here, bro.
all of
This
these
crew is
people.
insane.
And it
Like,
takes
oh my god,
Roger
this shit
and
is
Garp to
insane,
join
bro.
forces to take you down. That says
It
to
takes
me,
Roger and Garp. You said it yourself. He's top 1. How are we gonna say Roger's stronger when Roger has to team up to beat him? I'll give you Zebek the edge, bro. Zebek number 1, but you know what? I'm not mad at Roger being number 1 because we know he's number 1 on this list. But you know, so
that
good.
you're a beast. And if I'm seeing you wielding a sword right now, that means that Rox has to be one of the greatest swordsmen who has ever lived. We don't know his whereabouts. We don't know if he's dead, alive. We don't know anything. But I just have to go with that based on what Oda has given us. Rox is the second greatest swordsman of all time. But he ain't one. Because at number 1, I'm going with Gold D. Roger. He is hands down the greatest swordsman of all
Predictable.
time. We've seen what he did when Odin
Fair enough.
sent him flying. He wasn't even phased when he saw Odin. We seen what Roger did when Whitebeard pulled up, clash weapons, everything went crazy, the hockey output, just Roger just on a completely different level than everybody else. And I just want to point out that there is no Shanks without Roger. Shanks was inspired by Roger.
True.
Let's put that
Let
out
him
there.
know.
One of the greatest, one of
True.
my top 5, in my top 5
True.
swordsmen of all time does not exist without Roger. So Roger is definitely the greatest I have ever seen. Now again, this is a fluid power
Yo,
ranking.
This is a great video. I'm not even gonna lie. This was
There's a lot
fun.
of swordsmen on this list that are still active in the One Piece world. We haven't seen them go all out yet. There's still a lot more we have to
I respect
see.
it.
But until then, this is what it's looking like for me right now. A lot of these swordsmen have been going crazy in the One Piece world. There's obviously the Gorosei Baldy that we have
True,
to see. We
true.
haven't seen anything from him yet. He may be in this list. Who knows?
True.
You guys let me know down in the comment section.
This was great.
Your top
Solid
picks.
video. Y'all know I'm dropping that like. Amazing. Alright, that's gonna be the end of this video. Go show Shonen Showdown some love and support. If y'all never watched them before, hopefully I put you on because these guys are pretty fun. These guys are entertaining. They make some great videos. I'll link their channel down below in the description. Amazing video. I mean, the rankings were solid. The reasoning was solid, but I'm gonna definitely come back with the One Piece content on this channel. It's been some time, so I'm just gonna get some videos ready, maybe do an updated tier list on the Supernova or something. I'll figure it out, but One Piece is coming back to the channel, and that's gonna be the end of this video. As always, people, have an awesome day, and Just the Hero is out.